So sorry. I thought I was properly set up. So now you're going to have to watch me set myself up. I thought my little tripod legs were actually out of shot and they're not. So give me one moment. Great start to the stream, I know. Really begin with a bang by not being ready. Hello. I hope you're all well. Hello, Ash Nature Lover. Yep, definitely a name. I hope that you're having a lovely afternoon, evening, morning, whatever time of day it is for you. Today, we're doing a lovely orangey colour scheme. What I want to... I had asked if there was anything that you guys wanted to talk about, and it seems like there was nothing in particular. So if there is something you want to talk about, let me know. Hello, Pumpkin Muffin. So yeah, I will start with the lightest colour. Keep reading about how to be more entertaining in live streams, and I think those kind of things are for people who do not do drawings, because it's always like, yeah, no, you need this really big pop, you need to be really interactive and like exciting, and I'm like, man, I'm here just drawing away. I don't think anyone's going to find that particularly exciting. But I hope that you enjoy it nonetheless, even though it's not high octane. But and I am so glad you're here, Ash Nature Lover. It's, I've been trying to learn a bit more about YouTube and all of that. As a heads up, I should probably talk about the process. I'm doing a lighter colour first because for me, I find it easier to darken the shadows later on than it is to go over with a lighter colour. I think this has come about because of my alcohol marker usage, where you can't go lighter, but you can always go darker, which is a little bit different when it comes to paints. So yeah, I'm trying to think. I had a lovely thought to share and it's all gone away. But yeah, so today we're going to be going like really vibrant orange, as you can see in the background here. I'm hoping that it's going to be interesting and vibrant for you. Bucky likes beans. Well, thank you for popping by. I appreciate you. I hope you're having a lovely time. Same with you, ABC. I hope everyone's doing well. Been thinking a lot about hobbies actually. Ever since I made that rant that doesn't seem to stop annoying people. I did not expect that to reach as many people as it did, but we're here now. And something I keep thinking about all the people in my life, fortunately never my parents, but the people who have discouraged me from just taking up hobbies, from the kind of people who make fun of you for being interested in something, and I hate that. And it's the whole, oh, you are, well, I'm pretty sure this is the second time I've used you as a pen. Give me one moment, sorry. My pen has completely dried, so I need like a little holding thing here. I have never used you before, not never, but... Well, I hope you guys can see this. My pen isn't working. I'll put that aside so I can put a sticker on it to remind myself that it's gone. Right, well, what's my next colour? that really has flummoxed me. Oh dear. Okay, I guess we'll just have to go a little bit more red than we had intended initially. That's okay. No, it's not a push down marker. So these are ones where you are, in fact, I'll show you the instructions. It just says to shake it. So I can try shaking it, but it didn't do anything. Anyway, back to what I was talking about before I got flummoxed. Yeah, it's not doing anything. It's completely dry. I'm getting nothing when I'm holding it. So, sorry, I'm doing this all off screen, but basically nothing on my fingers. It's completely gone, which is very irritating because I've not had these for very long. Again, this is why I don't want to recommend these markers to you. They're fun to use, but I don't really rate them very highly. But yeah. So, gosh, I went on a tangent there, but so for example, I did a drawing for Our Flag Means Death, OFMD, that went kind of viral way back, and it was the character Olu, and he had a teal earring, and I drew him in the pose and styling of the girl with the teal earring, because I thought that could be really fun, and it was, and that did gangbusters. That was absolutely, like, people loved that. All for a silly little sketch that I did, well, I say sketch, but painting that I did, digital painting I did in about, I think it was about half an hour it took. And so I, had a really fun time with that. It did really well. And one year I went to Comic Con in London with a friend. This was an online friend that I'd had for many, many years. We met through playing online video games, and decided to meet in person. And I booked a meet and greet with the actor who played Olu, Samson Ko, I think his name is. So I wait in the queue. I've been waiting for a while, just hoping that he's not creeped out by the fact that I drew him in this incredible, well, not incredible, that sounds very, but I was just very worried that he'd find it creepy. And I was really nervous. It's the first time I've really intentionally gone to meet a celebrity and an actor. It was such a big deal for me. And my friend just kept making comments like, oh, well, I've probably not even seen it, and it's, you need to calm down, it's not that big a deal, etc. And so I go up to the wait in the line, go up when it's my turn to speak to him, and I ask him to sign a print that I had of it, because I'd spent time on it, done really well, and I was really proud of what I had done. And he had this wonderful reaction. The actor was incredible. He immediately jumped up. He was like, "Oh my God, that's you!" And I think it's Vito or Talens or I'm so sorry, I can't remember names, but they played Jim in Our Flying Moon's death. I hope someone's aware of who this is and can pop it in the chat for me. So sorry. So Samson shouted over, like, Vito, you've got to see this. This is the artist. And Vito stopped what they were doing in their line, which was like going up and hugging people, and turned around and was like, wait, what? And he was like, the one who did who's been doing the drawings, from the group chat. And Vito leaped over their line and like ran at me and was like, no way, you're the one who did that. Those are incredible. Yeah, no, we've been sharing them in our group chat. They're fantastic. Keep it up, like your art is so lovely. Like we never expected anything of that kind of quality. And they were so excited. And I felt my knees completely go. Like I started shaking like a leaf. I am not, I mean, you guys haven't met me. I'm not someone who's particularly awed by celebrities like that. Like it just doesn't, it's not something I'm particularly interested in. And my knees completely went and giggling like an idiot. And I was like, thank you, that's so sweet. Like, I really appreciate it. And they were like, no, like, seriously, it was so good. And like, you've done one of all of us, right? And I was like, yeah, I have, but they're all sort of different styles. And they were like, yeah, no, people keep sort of talking to us about them. Like, it's so, your work is incredible. Like, keep it up. We really love what you've done. And I afterwards, like, and Samson signed one of my prints. And I was, weak at the knees afterwards. And I was like buzzing. I couldn't believe what had just happened. Like A, that they recognized it, and B, it was in their group chat. And C, that like, that they had such a wonderful reaction. I just did not expect it in any way, shape or form. It really, really, really shocked me. So I turned to my friend and was like, oh my God, that's insane. And he was like, what, you're so like enamored with a celebrity, like grow up. And I was like, well, no, it's, they recognized my art. How cool is that? And he was like, no, like, I bet they do that. I bet, they didn't really, they're actors, right? They're probably exaggerating how they feel, like it, you're not that good. And I remember feeling like, you bastard, like, how dare you try and take the wind out of my sails in this moment where, like, I've had this incredible moment for me of just being able to see someone enjoy my art in person, because genuinely it's the first time I'd drawn someone and then been able to, like, outside of friends and family, and have them react sort of in live time and express how they felt about it. And I asked outright, like, why would you say that? I'm clearly really happy. Why would you say something like that to me in this moment? And he said, well, I want to make sure that you stay humble. Like, you're going to get a big head, sort of, with all of that. Like, you're just going to get really sort of arrogant. So I'm trying to level you out. I'm trying to keep you grounded. And I was like, grounded from what? Like, what do you mean grounded? I'm not here like some kind of egotistical arse, Like, I'm a very... I try to make sure I don't overestimate my own skills. You know, I've been around people who are, as my mum puts it, all talk and no trousers. And I've never wanted to be that. So I know that in the moments that I'm excited and excitable, those are very rare. And to have someone who's supposed to be my friend turn around and be like, well, actually, you know, you're not that great. And, you know, essentially what you did was really cringe. And like, why I could see that you were getting really like, sort of like your knees kept kind of going. You kept bobbing in a weird way. Like, what's all that about? And I just, so yeah, I don't really have a lot of tolerance for people being arseholes like that, to put it really bluntly. I hope I'm not breaking guidelines by saying that. But, like, and I remember bringing it up to him, like, you know, that really hurt. And he just tried to dismiss it. And yeah. You know, when you're like, no. Just, and knowing that there are people who are out there who just want to tear people down, it really winds me up. It really angers me. Because there's no need. Like, what harm were they doing to you? But yeah, so exactly, like there was no need for them to be an arse in the way that they were. And I couldn't figure out why they did, because, you know, they're supposed to be my friend. I'd say unfortunately, we've not really spoken since. I don't know whether they kind of wanted to stop talking or what, but yeah, I haven't really spoken to them since, which is a shame, because they were a nice person outside of that incident. Although the more I look back, the more that, you know, they're one of those people that says that they are supportive, and then when you actually think about the things they've said, you're like, oh, you're not supportive at all. You're trying to pull me down at that whole crab bucket thing that I was talking about. They say they're there for your help and to support you, when really they're trying to keep you where you're at because it's easier, I guess. And to some degree, like, there's an element of crab bucket where it's like people are scared, and I get that. But yeah, that was a very long-winded way of trying to explain my anger. I haven't thought about that for ages, actually. I remember, you know, when you remember the feeling of the wind leaving your sails, and you're like, what? Why would you do that? What's your damage, to be very 2000s? Right, I have been drawing and talking without checking what you guys have said, so give me a moment. I'm just going to scroll back up through the chat, and I'll try and do that whilst drawing. So if I do something horrendously bad, I am blaming myself. I was going to say I blame you, but I don't. It's all on me. I'll just do it at the side. I'll do something really simple. Oh, someone asked how I decide the colours. So I kind of pick a... who is it who asked, actually? Might as well call you out. So Summit has as Enduran 5979. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. As I'm trying to read it, the letters are going like, no, we're not going to be read. I might have a bit of dyslexia. So how do I decide what in the colours and the colour combinations, and do I I'm assuming prefer any palette? I love a good orange and yellow. Nope, blue and yellow. So like this one. today I decided that I really wanted to do something with orange. Just kind of was how I was feeling today, to be completely honest. I had half a mind to make this semi like magma-y and like have more grey in it, but at the moment I'm just kind of laying down the colours. I often go for a more I lean quite heavily towards a complementary palette. So a complementary palette is a colour palette where the colours are the opposite sides of the colour wheel. So my way of thinking about that is, if you add two colours together, would they make brown? So for this, it'd be orange and blue. You then have red and green, and then you have purple and yellow. So yeah, cheat sheet, I guess, if you want to try and picture what a complementary palette is if you could only add one colour in, what colour would make brown? And that's a colour sort of palette when it's two. You can have split complementary, but I won't go into that because that gets a bit more advanced, and I don't want to pull out my colour wheel again. Yeah, so honestly, like for this stuff where it's just for me, I kind of base it on what I want to do in the moment. And I've been thinking about orange for a while. I've avoided it, and I've actually avoided this particular drawing because I knew it'd be tricky. Yeah, right, I'm gonna browse through some of these. Some people telling me to dip it in water. I would do that. I really don't want to leave my setup because it might fall over. Lots of hellos. Hello. On people having to go, but that's okay. You can come back later. Oh yes, Ladybird Scribbles. Yes, Vico Ortiz. Yep, Jim. You are an absolute star, Ladybird Scribbles. Thank you. I'm just gonna do some scribbles as I'm having a look. Talking about the lovely, I say lovely markers. They've been very bratty today. Yeah, and just reading some people's experiences. It's hard when you have people who are supposed to and have said that they care about you make nasty little snarky comments. Like, I'm not perfect. I am certain I have done that in the past to friends, and I have tried really hard to apologise and make up as an adult, because I was quite a angry teenager. I was a very, very, very angry teenager. Quite doesn't really cover it. But then someone saying that they're teaching an art class for fun. Any tips? I guess it depends on what you're doing. For me, I guess start. Like, I'm not a teacher. I don't believe that teaching is a skill I have. I don't feel like I'm very good at teaching because I want to go off into the deep depths of colour theory each time I go about it. Like, genuinely, I've been meaning to make a series about the fundamentals of art and design. And I'm stuck on where to start. I'm stuck on like when I've kind of roughly figured out that, I'm stuck on what to say because I keep going on tangents. I've tried writing scripts. The scripts end up like 6 pages long minimum. So just I don't feel like I'm the best person to ask for teaching. So I'm scrolling back through. I'm now back up to speed. Oh, Luxio Luma, I'm sorry that you have got Yes, so I'm going to try and do these. I'll finish my first thought and then do the second one. Luxia Luma, I'm sorry that your friend is like that. That's not very nice of them. And by not very nice, I mean incredibly rude and dickish of them to do. It sounds like they're not a very good friend. And that really, really sucks. And I hope you have other people in your life who will support you in a healthy, sort of loving way. And then your second comment, which was saying that, am I keeping this stream on my channel? I am. So if you mean that, is this going to be a video on demand, so a VOD afterwards? Yes, it is. I am going to be, whenever I do a stream, I'm going to try and keep it up. It will seemingly, it doesn't seem to do this for other channels, but for me, it seems to take about a day, half a day to process and upload my streams onto my channel. I can pop a post on letting you know when it is up. I don't really get notified when it's actually uploaded, but as soon as I've noticed it's uploaded, I can let you know. And in case anyone's interested, I'm just building up colours at the moment. I'm trying to figure out what I like. But in regards to kind of doing streaming more regularly, I am hoping to stream more regularly, because this has been really fun. Like, it's been nice doing this. It reminds me of being at college, where I used to sit and not draw as well as I could, because I was busy chatting with my mates. And in case anyone misconstrues it, college is college in the UK, which means that it's actually something called sixth form, which is between the ages of, it's 16 and 18. So, I've missed that, and this reminds me a lot of it, and it's been a lot of fun to do, because I've missed a good chin wag and being able to talk. Oh, bugger! I am so sorry, gang. I hit my tripod. I properly twatted it. It hurt my thumb. I'm gonna try and draw to keep it interesting, but I really hit it. It hurts. Oh dear. I really didn't mean to hit it as hard as I did. I didn't mean to hit it full stop. Oh dear. Okay, pull yourself together, woman. Oh dear. Okay, I'm back. No, I'm not. I'm a liar. Oh dear. Okay. We're here. Ah, right. Stop it. Behave. Okay. Whew. Right. I did not mean to hit my stand. I am so sorry. But yeah. Oh dear. Okay. Whew. We'll pull ourselves together. Oh my gosh. I have fully forgot what I was talking about. I am so sorry. I hit a thing. I think I was talking about colours. Maybe I was thinking about colours. Gosh, who knows? There's a mystery. I'm just, sorry, I'm going to try and focus up for a smidge of a time. So, oh, that's what I was saying. So I think, maybe, who knows? You can correct me. I am just trying to like layer with different colours. I've found with a lot of my other cat, so especially when I was younger, I didn't like layering colours. It felt really wasteful. What I have found as an adult is that I feel like each time I go over with a colour and do sort of little sort of patches, it makes the piece just a little bit more interesting, a little bit more textured, and I really like that. So yeah, each time I go over, it might seem like I'm going over and over and over with the same colours, and to a degree I am. But I often feel like it really, by the time I get round to adding the lines, I think it just really makes it pop, having all of these colours building one on top of the other. So yeah, it just that was the wrong colour, shouldn't have used that there. But yeah, this one's kind of, it's a very warm toned. It's a ginger cat, which I have been led to believe are the stupidest of all the cats. So give me a moment. I'm just going to go back and look over some of your things. I'm so happy some of you have been inspired to do some art. It's delightful. And just to say hello to everyone else that has joined. I don't really know what. Okay, gang, I want you to tell me something good that has happened this week. I want to think of positive things. Now, I'm not talking toxic positivity, but for me personally, I have found that by trying to think of small things, it helps me just accept when things are really bad, you know? So like, the world is falling apart, but I got a really lovely cuddle from my husband. Or, you know, having a tough time, but I found this really cool, I found this really cool rock. Or just something small, like you saw something really pretty and you liked it, even if it was for a split second. I love anything where, like, so for me, one of my friends left me a voice note, and we've kind of fallen out of touch. She's had a baby and like is rightfully putting her baby first, and she's trying to avoid using her phone around her baby, but her baby was in the bath, and we had, like, she sent a voice note and we could hear her little girl hear her little girl splashing in the background. Like, it was a voice note. It was so sweet. You could hear her shouting that she wanted to sing was it row 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 the boat, and like, it just, I don't know, it's made my day today hearing, because her little baby's only recently started to speak, and I'm so excited. Like, she's just so cute, much like this incredibly derpy cat. Very, very cute. Unlike my friend's labour of love, which took 9 months, this is only going to take me probably about an hour. But, oh, Mark Coleman. So Mark said his cat came out and sat on his lap for no reason the day after they broke their foot. That is so wonderful and sweet. I love how pets seem to know when something's going on. I'm sure they can smell it, like literally smell it, but also it just kind of just helps, you know. Sometimes when you're having a rough day and they come by, they're like giving you lots of cuddles and attention. And then Daniela Halimi, I apologise if I pronounced that incorrectly, found an adorable art book for kids and they've been enjoying it a lot. That sounds wonderful. I have some art, like some books, like illustrated books from when I was a kid, and one of them was about monsters. And it's such a silly little book. I think it's called like A Little Book of Monsters or something. And it talks about all the different kind of monsters people can have and how you have to adapt your car to accommodate the big monsters. But monsters aren't, you know, scary. They're our friends. And I remember that being just incredible. To the point, actually, so I don't think my parents kept the book, so I went out and bought one, which I think turned out to be from a library, which felt very wrong. I don't know how I feel about buying, like, I know that they sell books and I get that, and I know they sell stock, etc. But like whenever I see something with a library book stamped, I'm like, did you steal this? Did you steal this from the library? Are you a thief? Am I complicit in a crime of stealing books? Do you know what I've forgotten to do? I've forgotten to do anything about... So this is a tail, and this is a paw, and so is that. And you can't really tell between any of them. A small tin of cheesecake for yourself. Cheesecake is wonderful. What do you mean by tin? The cheesecakes come in tins. Over here, they're like in boxes. Tins sounds so much more efficient. Like you could take a tin of... Oh, it's probably a good thing we don't have tins of cheesecake over here. That'd just be my lunch. Like, oh, good old sort of vanilla cheesecake. Bring it in for lunch, like some people bring in soup. I'll bring in cheesecake in a tin. Unless you made the cheesecake and you put it in a tin, which is equally great. I like that. Good day, Valentine Prince. So, yeah. I really feel... So, as I was saying before, I like building up the colours. And I think the reason that I'm enjoying this so much is, so because I started light, it feels like all of those lighter areas are quite well developed. If I could stop being a dingbat and covering the foot. But it feels like the colours are kind of peeking through, you know, like you've got a little bit of yellow peeking through, you've got a bit of pink. And I really like that. Oh no, I think I'm making everyone hungry with cheesecake discussions. The unknown kiwi fruit is getting a puppy, and that sounds adorable and wonderful. Are you getting a specific breed or a mutt? I mean, all dogs are wonderful, so long as they're not... I mean, even dogs who are bred within the nth degree, it's not their fault that they were bred sort of to the nth degree. They want to be loved. And personally, I want to love them. They're just so cute. I'm going to try and add like a little brighter spark here, because I feel like the eyes are a bit too muted. Excuse me. Let's go for like a nice sort of vibranty yellow. So I feel like I should probably say at the top of these things, which I forget to do, I do the drawings, like the under sketches, ahead of time. And I do that because, honestly, because I like doing the sketch part by myself. I found that whenever I've tried to do the underlying sketch on camera, it ends up bad because I'm trying to frame it in a way that looks good to see. Oh, a bull mastiff. I've never heard of that kind of dog before. But yeah, so I end up sketching in like a way that is not... Oh, I don't like that. In a way that just doesn't look good. Like the sketch will end up being really off and like out of balance because I've not been moving it around. And so yeah, I then end up with something that I don't like, that I don't really want to draw. So I do it in my office where I do most of my so I'm currently filming in my dining room, on my dining room table, and by dining room I mean dining room and living room. We do not have a big enough house to have separate ones. Yeah, so I lost, in trying to be precise, I lost my train of thought. So I'm at my dining room table. I usually draw by my computer in the office, and that's where all of my art supplies are. So I am usually in there rather than sort of out here. So why did I bring this up? There was a reason I brought this up. Who knows? Oh, sketches. I do that over there. Sorry. This is how my brain works. It will shut down mid-sentence and then be like, no, file not found. Can't continue the train of thought. Lost forever. So yeah, I pre-sketch because it's just a bit easier for me. Makes it more entertaining for you because the most interesting part is the colouring. And I semi-leave notes for myself for when I do it on stream like this, where I'll like do a little bit of hatching to signify that this part should be darker shadows and what have you, because once I get to this point it's kind of hard to see the underlying sketch. So if I start out by mapping out the shadows in a colour, it makes it a bit easier later on. Right, I think we're getting close to the first round of doing the inking, doing the like sort of outlines. I'm having a lot of fun doing this. Having a lot of fun talking to you guys. So if there's anything that you want to know, you let me know. The little paw being this one here. I'm glad you like that. I like it too. Rather than this little chunky paw. I think I'm going to add a bit more pink. So I liked what that added to it. Yeah. Oh, and exciting news. The brand Emery are sending me some of their acrylic markers, which is very exciting for me, because then hopefully, if they're good, which I've heard lots of good things about, if they're good, I can start using them and actually be able to recommend a brand of acrylic brush markers, because I want to recommend these. I use them a lot because I really... So the other set of acrylic brush markers I've got are the Ohuhu ones, and I do not like them. I don't like how they feel. I'll use them, but I tend to use them off camera because no one needs to hear me muttering expletives of a brand where I quite like their quite like their alcohol markers. I don't like their acrylic markers. I just don't think they're very good. So what I'm doing here is trying to show off how fluffy this little bin is by adding some white, because, and by white I mean, so this isn't white, it's more of a cream. I didn't realise how much I said until I started streaming, by the way, which is deeply upsetting. Oh, Unknown Kiwi Fruit has been asking if I have any pets. Unfortunately, we don't. We were thinking about getting a dog before the pandemic hit, and puppies went from something like, whoop, sorry, you fell over again. There you go. I don't think that's where you were before. Whoops. So we don't, stop falling over. I'm having a bit of a mare. So the dogs, stop it. Oh my goodness. My dyspraxia is just playing silly buggers. Okay. We're going to stop falling about? Great. So the, well, where was I thinking? Dogs. So pre-pandemic, when we were considering getting a puppy, they were around sort of between 200 and 300 pounds, which we were like, that seems reasonable. The pandemic hit, and breeds that were on the cheaper side, so this is not sort of pedigree or breeder kind of prices, that then shot up to over £1,000, and I just couldn't afford it, so we decided against it. And then I got back into art, which was like in a big way, which has led to all of my art supplies being everywhere, which you don't really want with puppies. But yeah, so that's always sort of interesting. Sorry, this is really sketchy and I hadn't intended it to be. Whilst I focus here, I'm going to do a horrible YouTuber thing and ask you to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Because if you like the video, it will reach more people. And the algorithm will also know that you like it. But no pressure. You do you. I just know that I'm supposed to do these calls to action. You can't see my body. I shrugged. You can't really loudly shrug, can you? It's like ending a telephone call by waving, which is something I do, by the way. And then I have to be like, I'm waving to you when you have no idea. What am I doing? So, yeah. Right, I think. There we go. So I've been thinking about what I do after this cat series, because I want to make them into sort of prints and things, because a lot of people have asked. And then I'm wondering what my next kind of adventure is going to be, whether I go back into the field of portraiture or whether I explore other animals like dogs or birds or like snails. Just try and draw scenery, which is genuinely my absolute weakness. I cannot draw scenery for love nor money, or love nor toffee, as my parents would say. So I get quiet when I am trying to focus, pardon me, because if I don't, my lines end up weird. You hear some clicking, it's my heating kicking in. Okay. I've been avoiding this the whole time, which is the paws, the feetsies. Right. And then snoop, like that. Probably should have done it the other way, but we're here now. And then I think he had a little paw like, yeah. But then we're going to need that one. There we go. And oh, by the way, if my mic disconnects like it did last time, please shout in the comments. I try to narrate this as much as possible. And my last stream, my microphone just fully disconnected, and my phone's microphone is not great. So I have a very, very soft voice. So I have the mic really highly gamed up because I don't I don't speak very loudly. I don't know what to say. Like, I've got a very, very soft voice. Even when I'm like annoyed, it's quite soft. It gets a bit sharper. But yeah. It used to be a nightmare with my grandparents because I'd be talking normal volume, but they couldn't hear me because their hearing was going. So it just kept feeling like I was shouting at them. And it made me not want to talk because I didn't want to shout. There we go. Right. Now for the hard bit, which is getting this little paw right. I say the hard bit. Now I've started, I'm like, this is easy. I can do that. This is when I reveal that I'm actually a fraud and can't draw. Been lying to you all for about a year and a bit. Unless you follow me on other platforms, of which longer than a year and a bit. It's Luna Games was saying that they like birds and snails. Oh, thank you, Sage Struggling, for liking and subscribing. It's so sweet. And thank you, It's Luna Games. You are lovely. Thank you for joining me again. But also that you liked the stream before it started. Now, Sage Struggling, I am Pleasure Nerd on every platform. So if you see a Pleasure Nerd, hi, it me. I'm the problem, it's me. Yeah, you can find me everywhere. Well, I don't use X anymore. I have a Blue Sky account, but I don't really use it. I used to use Threads to like interact, and then the last few sort of things that I posted got just randoms being really nasty. So I kind of I've moved away from posting there a lot. So I think my most active platform, in all honesty, is YouTube, which is wild because I never thought I would be. I think technically I am now a YouTuber. I'm not full-time, and also I'm not paid. don't qualify for ad revenue, but I think I technically count as a YouTuber, which is neat. So I should probably explain what I'm doing. So I like darkening the corners of things, partially because I usually mess it up by doing stuff like that. But when you... So things that are closer to you in drawings should have thicker lines. That's called line weight. So the heavier the line weight, so the thicker the lines, the closer to... Bloody hell! Sorry, do you know what it is? So the tripod is like there, and what I'm doing is I am putting my arm through like that, and it means every so often when I pick something up, I just punt. I just absolutely smack the tripod. This is going to be a nightmare to edit tomorrow. But yeah, so the heavier the lines are, the closer to you it looks. Which is really cool. And you can mess around with that in all sorts of different ways. I always love experimenting, to being like, what if I did the opposite of what you're supposed to do? Like, I have a few sketchbooks where I used white to outline instead of black. And it looks weird. Like, it looks real trippy. I didn't really like it, but it was good to find out that I didn't like it, you know? Because you don't know if you don't try. Well, apparently this cat is giving us a proper odd look. Right, I'm going to also do the little smiley bits too, because I think we all need a smiley cat at the moment. What with all the horrendous news. Right, okay, I'm happy with that. Right, I'm going to look back at your comments. Sorry, I've not been reading them as I go. Snakes are definitely interesting. I like that idea. I like the idea of birds. I love the idea of snails, as I mentioned. I do use reference photos. So typically I would have a computer screen. I actually have a tablet that's just off to the side. And it's just to make sure that I'm not doing anything like... Basically, it helps me keep a consistent light source, and to understand how, like, the chunky body works, because I don't own cats. If you've watched many of my videos, you'll know that I don't like cats. Scratched across the face when I was a kid. So me and cats, not best friends. I say that, cats love me, but I think that's because I try to ignore them. And they're like, oh, we must befriend. She gives us space. And I'm just going through. But yeah, oh, foxes. And I think they've probably already gone, but Unknown Kiwi through. I hope you have a lovely day. Inkflux Studios, it's lovely to see you. I'm so glad you're feeling more confident in your mediums. Wait, in art mediums, not that you're like calling the spirits. Could you imagine if it was just like, yeah, no, I saw your videos on art and that really inspired me to talk to the dead, or at least try. That would be a very odd kind of response, especially when it's in reaction to drawing like cats. You know, oh, I saw you draw a cat so well, it inspired me to get into the occult. Actually, I don't know if spirit like mediums count towards that, but yeah. Oh, sorry, sorry, Danny. I didn't mean to call you the name you don't like being called. I shall, now that you've changed it, I'll try and avoid doing that in the future. Right, I'm just highlighting the toe beans again, because toe beans deserve it. I think I'm going to put some pink here too, because I think that'll be fun. Maybe some pink around here and around here. I want to do something here. There's something about this transition I don't like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a lighter. That's not the right orange. Let's try maybe this one. Let's try this. If it goes wrong, doesn't matter. We can always fix it. How do I like that? Do you know what it is? It's around the eyes. There needs to be something to bring the eye out a bit better, because it's just too flat. And there's not enough difference. Like the difference in the eyes is just really, really small. But hello everyone. I got my sketchbook off Amazon. It is, I shouldn't do this, I keep closing it. It's a Talens book, but square. But you can get it from independent art sellers. I was just in a space at the time where I couldn't go to any little local art shops. And I do feel shame about that, because there's a lovely one in a city near me that's like a little local franchise, but there are no art shops in my local town, which is a shame. I'm so glad that you enjoy watching them, Seto Kabir 5135. And same with Tracy, although I think you've just said thanks, which, no worries. Have a good one. I'm just trying to, maybe this colour, stop trying to knock the thing over, Ellie. Like maybe if I do like a bluish one, it'll dry down to be like a dark colour. We shall see. If not, I'd pick a different one as a backup. Let's see. Now my brain keeps filling the rest of that sentence. Every time I say let's, my brain fills it in go fly a kite, because apparently I want to be Mary. Is it Mary Poppins? Let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Let's go fly a kite and send it soaring up to the atmosphere, up where the air is clear. Hopefully Disney doesn't copyright my channel. I don't know if that's copyrightable, I hope not. I really hope not, actually. Just little mutterings away. Could you imagine if like my channel just suddenly went down? How dare you sing Mary Poppins? First with the AI, and now this. Although Disney's always been going after creators, so, and not paying their staff enough. But that is my own little personal politics. I think there are far better studios than Disney, and it does genuinely annoy me that they win so many awards when it comes to animation. Like, I don't think it's owned by Disney, but Leica, who do stop motion, gorgeous. Love their stuff. I would love it if they like did something with, I just completely erased a line. Bugger. We'll go back to that. But I'd love it if like Laker, who did Coraline, Kobo and the Two Strings, Kubo and the Two Strings, and I can't remember. The one that actually won the awards is not the one that I like the most. Oh, and they did Coraline. I think I said that, but I can't remember the beginning of this sentence. And like DreamWorks has made some incredible stuff. Like I get why Disney wins a lot. And Sony's been producing some really wonderful animated stuff, like with Spider-Man. They completely revolutionized. Anyway, shut up, no one wants to hear your thoughts on the animation industry. It's just, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I like Disney's fine. I'm not a Disney adult. I have some sort of nostalgia with it, sure. And like as a kid, I was obsessed with like, what was it, Little Mermaid and Ariel. But I've liked some of the stuff. I don't know. Apparently, I'm trying to rationalize this, but yeah. So just reading back. Oh, I'm so sorry that the stream is not letting you use emojis. That's a bummer. Try try shutting it down and opening it up again, or refreshing. But yeah, like a gecko cube, it sounds incredibly cool. I can see other people are talking about things, but yeah. So like with animation, I've always loved animation. I really didn't like live action as a kid. Just really, I can't explain to you why, but I didn't like it. I think probably it felt very fake to me. So I remember being a really young kid, and this is so specific. So in between the kids programming and The Simpsons, there was The Weakest Link, and me and my family would watch The Weakest Link right up until The Simpsons started, and then we would switch over immediately. So change from Channel 1 to Channel 4, and yeah, that was, I want to say daily, but it probably wasn't. I can't remember. It was a very long time ago. Over 20 years. That's upsetting. I don't feel like I'm old enough to be saying that phrase. Back when I was a young whippersnapper. But yeah, I just, there's so many cool things that can be done with animation. You can have so many interesting styles. You can really sort of speak personality. But yeah, I've always loved animation. I don't have the patience to be an animator, so I admire it from a distance. Could not get involved. And but yeah, and then what else? I'm trying to think of, like, you know, there's obviously Studio Ghibli, but I came about Studio Ghibli much later in life. I watched that for the first time at like 28. So a few years ago now. Marie V.D. Merwe 53. Thank you, Sage, as well. But yes, sorry. The 2D stuff I really enjoyed. I thought that was delightful. And I've enjoyed their 3D stuff. I really liked Inside Out. But there's been a bunch that I just don't care for. Encanto got me good. Like, I cried quite a bit with Encanto, because I very much vibed with Mirabelle. Very similar look. And yeah, just that whole sort of thing, and loved that. I just, it feels like there could be more. I need to just do more lines actually and dots. There's so much that animation can do, and I understand that AI is, like, a lot of the studios are, I think the politest way of putting it is downsizing. I think that's the corporate term for it. And replacing people with AI, which I wholly disagree with. I also don't know how they expect, they're taking away, like, the entry level jobs, so I don't know how they expect to have the next kind of cutting edge of storytelling in the future. I mean, something I would love to see, because I think animation has, like, moved on so well. I'd love to see, like, in a really stylized version, I'd love to see Terry Pratchett's Discworld animated, but, like, really stylized, like similar to Leica, I think, like Box Trolls, you know, and having them, because in my head the characters are very stylized. They're not very human. For example, in my head, Mustrum Rigcully has Brian Blessed's voice. And we only have Brian Blessed for so long because he is quite old now. And if you're not familiar with Brian Blessed, I strongly recommend you look him up. He is a force of nature with an incredible voice. He actually is one of the characters in one of my favourite animated series that no one knows about. So it's called The Big Knights. And if you are familiar with Peppa Pig, you are familiar with the Big Knights animation style. But the Big Knights did it before Peppa Pig. And the Big Knights is these two idiot knights. The theme song is literally, like, the intro is the height of 2 men, the weight of 4, the strength of 16. The Big Knights. And they're very stupid and get themselves into all sorts of mischief by being so stupid. If you've watched my long form content, I've tried to include snippets of it, partially for my own entertainment, but partly because every time I do, my dad will watch it and message me and get all excited that I've included the Big Knights. And I really love that. I love how excited my dad gets to see the Big Knights, because, like, no one knows about it but us, it feels like. I've got, like, one friend who knows about them, and she's also into, like, it's very silly British humour, you know, like it's a little bit Monty Python, a little bit The Goodies, a little bit The Goons. Like, it's just wonderfully silly and my favourite thing. And I know people think I over highlight, but I'm having fun, and I think this looks gorgeous. Maybe we could add some yellow down there instead of that white. I'll go over it in that, but let's get your chunkiness in. But yeah, sorry, I've completely neglected you, chat. I'm so sorry. I went on a mini rant about about the big nights and the animation industry. So I'll just go back and catch up. And someone's saying that they're their favourite, that you enjoy making clothes. That's incredible. I wish I could knit. Like, I see so many gorgeous cardigans and jumpers and I want them so badly, but I don't knit. Yeah, people talking about knitting in the chat. I'm so glad you guys are talking to each other. Like, genuinely makes me so happy, because I'm always, I don't know, I've been in lives where it just feels really like one-sided, where it's like trying to talk to the streamer and like, you know, you're in a crowd of thousands or whatever. Not here, we're lovely and small. But the yeah, I like it. And yeah, people saying that AI is ruining my art and music. AI doesn't have any benefits. Completely agree. Amazing Digit Circus for N4M. Happy birthday. Well done for turning 11. You've gone 1 year over double digits. There's a lot less in junior positions. Yeah, and I think it being it's such a, I don't know how to say, but it's so short-sighted to lose those junior positions. And I know that they're doing it for like cost-cutting reasons. And I know that they're trying to like maximize profits, etc. And the whole kind of corporate interest ruining everything. The bit that it just, again, it's short, stop it. It's short-sighted to me because it means that you're not going to be growing the next generation of animators, artists, filmmakers, like, and I think that, you know, they don't care, but it's short-sighted in that, you know, profits. AI is trained on existing stuff. The human brain reinterprets things. We take existing information and rework it in a unique way. That's the creative process. Stop hitting the tripod. I'm going to rename this stream Pleasure Nerd Hits a Tripod Over and Over and Over. Freddie, it's lovely seeing you. Bye. Have fun. But unless you're leaving because of the AI conversation, of which I'm sorry you feel that way. But I lost track by saying goodbye to Fred. But I genuinely lost my brain. Where did that go? Nobody knows. Brain. Any moment now, you can kick in and help out. Just short-sighted. You're not. It's short-sighted in regards to profits as well. So there we go. AI can't create it. It regurgitates, it reworks in a slightly different format. It cannot create, it can only regurgitate. Humans take information and think about it in different ways by processing it through their brains, through their life experience. We have fantastic ways of telling stories. You know, the way that the brain will go artists, the way that artists, like scientists, just anyone will go, I wonder what would happen if I do bleh. Or, I mean, I know it's the mythology of penicillin, but I'll just leave this out on the side for a bit. Oh no, I've grown penicillin. You know, like a robot couldn't do that. Human imperfections is what seems to drive us forward, and I love that. Like, it makes me so happy that no matter what we do, ingenuity, like we haven't peaked, we've not learned everything. There's more to come, and that's really exciting to me. I don't know if I like that colour, actually. I think I'm going to go over that with the red, because doesn't that look awful and muddy? Yuck. I've gone and made it worse. Right, we'll go back to that original colour. And see how that blends. Oh, that's nicer. There we go. I will have to clean this after, but that is later me's problem. Let's give you a bit more of a chin there, bud. Yeah. We'll do a bit more with the red. But yeah, it does, like the whole AI thing does remind me of what I remember being told about the beginnings of photography. I don't believe they're the same, by the way. But I remember a story about two little girls who were playing with a camera and cut out. I hope you guys know this story, but they cut out some fairies from one of their books, and they stuck them in the garden and took photographs and claimed that they were real fairies, and convinced the British press, convinced like Arthur Conan Doyle that fairies were real, and then it later came out that they were just messing about in the garden, as kiddies do, and fooled a bunch of grown-ups. There is I didn't know that. I just remember knowing about it. Another thing that I know, heard about, and again, loads of these things, I can't, the internet will be like, actually, this was the fact. This is reality. This isn't a thing, like with the crab bucket thing. Someone, it was in my comments being like, that's not actually how it works. And it's like, no, but the principle still is sound. So Queen Victoria and Prince Albert were big into the arts, and at the time, obviously, photography, brand new, wasn't being deemed as an artwork. So there was this artist who was pushing the boundaries a bit, and he, can't remember which artist, by the way, which is a very annoying part of this story, but there was this artist who did this combination of painting and nude photography, and sort of combined them as this mixed media piece. And the reviewers said that it was lewd and like sort of pornographic and all these bad things, and saying that, you know, Queen Victoria would hate this and it was terrible. And then Prince Albert went and bought it for her as a gift and as an appreciation of the arts. I'm probably telling this story terribly, but I loved that, you know, to spite the critics, they went and bought the artwork itself. Yeah, exactly. It was tawdry. It was early Photoshop. Tracy, I hope that you had a great time. I hope that you enjoy it. And yeah, I think I'm coming to the end of this. I'm gonna have a think. I'm not gonna lie. Make sure I'm actually at the end. You know what it needs? It needs some yellow, like bright yellow. Let's see how this goes. Something that's also really interesting is that it's often attributed to Queen Victoria, the white dress for weddings, and that, you know, it's deemed to be sort of about purity and what have you. But my understanding was always that the white dress was to signify wealth, because she had this giant white dress, and to keep it clean, obviously, need to be very wealthy. And it's just showing off, essentially, the wealth of the empire at that point in time. So she wore this incredible white dress, and then obviously all the gentry, all the elite start having white dresses themselves. And then there's this historical retconning that happened where people were like, oh yes, no, it goes back years. Oh, it's a very ancient tradition. Whereas before, people just used to wear colourful dresses. They wore whatever they wanted. They wore their best dress, you know, and had a fun time with it, celebrating a union. Yeah, like, didn't used to signify modesty at all. And then I think it's like sort of 4 years or something after Queen Victoria did it, there were all these books being written like, oh yes, no, it's a very ancient custom of this to signify purity. Like, they fully retconned it, which is hilarious to me, to be frank. Because it's, I mean, I got married in a white dress, so I can't really rag on it too much, but I think I got married quite young. I think if I did it again, I might do something different. I actually wanted an ombre dress, but I was too scared to dye it. I'm just going to go back and check the chat again, and as I do this, I'm going to do the horrible YouTubey thing of asking you to like and subscribe as I read through your comments. By liking, you will help this stream, although I am almost finished, so, you know, like it if you like it. I don't mind. If you don't like it, that's also fine. Have fun. Live your life. I'm not your dad. Or your mum. I'm neither of your parents. But yeah. Oh, Isabella Baldwin, that sounds wonderful. I knew someone who got married in blue and it was fantastic. I believe it's a Swedish custom to get married in black. But yeah, it's really neat. Excellent. Right. I'm going to give you guys a heads up. I'm going to do the whiskers and then I think I'm done because this feels finished to me. I don't know about you guys. What do you think? Do you think it's finished? Might add a little blue. I've lost my white. Nope, I found my white. It was over there. Oh, thank you guys. Cool. I think the general consensus is that it's looking finished. So, oh, do we go up or do we go down? Or do we go out? Oh, I'm thinking like down and out, like that. Yeah, I like that. Oh, I like that a lot. Ooh. Gorgeous. Lovely, lovely. Lemon lovely. I know I said that was going to be the last thing, and then I got hold of the white, and then it's game over for me, because then I start going a bit mad. Just start adding little dots. Right, maybe add some dots around here, because it is a magical cat, because cats have to be magical. I don't make the rules. I just follow them. What, lemon? Lovely, lovely, lemon, lovely. I think so. I think the original phrase is easy peasy lemon squeezy, and then the thick of it did a thing of it. Malcolm Tucker said, no, not lemon squeeze, easy peasy lemon squeezy, it's difficult, lemon difficult. And ever since, I've been doing word, lemon, word. So, lovely, lovely, lemon, lovely. And it took me until now to remember where that came from. So, thank you all for reminding me. So, yeah. I hope you've all had a wonderful time. If not, sorry. And I wish you the best, whether it's the beginning of the day or the end of the day for you. I hope you have a wonderful time. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching this with me. And, oh, actually, I've not shown you it properly. There you go. He's waving you goodbye. I hope you have a wonderful day. I love you very much. Have a good one. Thank you. Bye.